State. This is KHQA Sports.
Kelly Sears has never been the type of football coach to believe in the concept of a good loss. But given the degree of difficulty of Macomb's early season schedule, he did find plenty of foundational positives to build upon in an 0-2 start, most especially in the second half of a Week 2 loss to Monticello, where something seemingly sparked. And as we have seen over the Bombers' last 6 quarters of football, awakened a very dangerous squad.
Like the second half, we really came back, and we found out what our kids were made of. We were down 35-13, and then in the fourth quarter, we're right back in the ball game, and we were right there. And it came down to a couple missed extra points and so forth, and just couldn't get the job done. But our kids came back, they stepped back, and we took that into the following week against Pleasant Plains, and came out of there with a nice win. And that's the same thing we're going to have to do. If we can carry this into this week and just kind of get the snowball effect rolling, I think we're going to be in good shape.
Historically, Kelly Sears teams have been here before. Heck, back in 1998, the Bombers opened 0-3 and still made their way to a state semifinal. The key then to fighting your way out of this corner, simple as it sounds, is in the fight itself.
That's the big thing. And, not only rhythm, but just believing in themselves. And when they start believing in themselves, a lot of things get accomplished.
From a sheer numbers standpoint, the stark reality of the Bombers' existence is that they have to win no less than 3 and maybe all 4 of their West Central Conference games starting this week to get where they want to be. And in a league where last year's doormat, West Hancock, is unbeaten, and the traditional powers have all shown vulnerability, who knows the degree of difficulty on that task?
Usually going into a year, Illini West is 3-0, Quincy Notre Dame's 3-0, and the big thing is that, hey, I think it's a toss-up right now, and Mama's coming off 2 major losses against 2 very good teams in Tolono Unity and St. Joe Ogden, and then we got Illini West, and they did beat Leroy and they won their first game. I guess they're 2-1 right now, and Quincy Notre Dame, they're 2-1. And so they're good football teams, but, right now here in Macomb land, we're just taking things one game at a time. We're not worried about anybody else. And, basically our conference is a conference, I guess. We only got 5 teams in it. But the big thing is right now is that I think we're not in a conference mode. We're in project playoff where we know that what we have to do week in and week out. And, this week, we're not worried about weeks down the road. We're just worried about taking care of Monmouth this week and doing the things that we got to do to win that football game.
And coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, we've got some golf for you, some soccer, some volleyball, and we'll talk a little high school football with our Game of the Week featuring Central Lee. All of it at 10. We'll see you then. A little more news coming up after this.
Pogue Auto Plaza is everywhere you are, on your tablet, smartphone, or laptop.